But let me think briefly about the notion of business incubators. And this is intriguing because I started on this because I had spent a little bit of time looking at incubators in the US and in Canada, and where there's been a little bit of academic attention to it. And the reason there's only a little, I think, is probably 2 or 3 reasons. Reason 1, they don't fit neatly into any theory, therefore the theorists don't see them because they just don't fit. Reason 2 is they are effective but not hugely effective. They have an impact, but not as much as some other organizations. So they're sort of below the radar empirically as well as theoretically. I started to notice them because I was spending time in Africa, spending time in Asia, spending time in Latin America, and realizing that there's this amazing phenomenon in which there are literally hundreds, thousands of incubators that people have set up, sometimes public, sometimes academic, sometimes private, with the explicit goal of driving the development of firms and driving the development of markets. Okay? So they may not be very empirically active in the US and Canada and Europe. And I don't think that statement is true. I think it's actually more that they fall below our theoretical lens more than that they fall below our empirical lens. But boy, are they active once we get out of what we think of as the developed markets and into what we think of as emerging markets. And they're partly there to build the business base, they're partly there to facilitate innovation. And we've started to characterize what they do really on 2 main dimensions. One I'm going to, for shorthand, I'll call BCD, which is business capability development. You know, improve the capabilities of individual entrepreneurs and the business organization in which they operate. And you can think of this as partly technical innovation, partly organizational innovation. Sometimes providing technical support, very often providing organizational support, teaching how to run finance, teaching how to do leadership, teaching how to do marketing, basically how to run an effective business organization. The second I'm going to call MSD, market service development. Not just the business, but the broader market context in which they operate. And I won't spend a lot of time on this, but there's a couple of ways of doing this. One is providing services, providing lab space, providing production space, providing office space, and making money from it. The other is lobbying for legal changes, lobbying for investment policies, lobbying for creating railroads or creating airports, basically broader market development, infrastructural development, legal development, capital development.